At the heart of one of the greatest environmental challenges of our time, an extraordinary discovery could change everything. Imagine a world where the mountains of plastic choking our planet could be eliminated not through complex industrial processes, but thanks to tiny living beings. What if the solution to the waste crisis was already hidden in nature, in a form as simple as it is revolutionary? In an abandoned landfill, plastic accumulates uncontrollably. Bottles, bags, containers, and microplastics form a suffocating carpet over nature. This is one of the nightmares of our time, a problem that seems insurmountable. Yet, in a small laboratory, a group of scientists has observed something extraordinary. Tiny creatures, seemingly insignificant, move among the plastic mountains, and incredibly, make them disappear. Plastic-eating worms are real, and the discoveries of 2025 could change everything we know about the environmental impact of humans. It all began a few years ago when scientists discovered that certain species of larvae, such as waxworms and superworms, were capable of degrading some plastic polymers. But the real breakthrough came recently with new research identifying a specific enzyme produced by these worms, capable of breaking the chemical bonds of plastic at surprisingly fast rates. The enzyme, now known as pTase-X, acts like molecular scissors, cutting the long polymer chains into simpler, biodegradable fragments. Imagine the potential. A world where landfills are no longer a problem, where plastic waste can be disposed of without polluting the oceans or soil. But the question remains, are these worms really the ultimate solution? Or are we tampering with an ecological balance we still do not fully understand? Experiments conducted in 2025 have shown that superworms, belonging to the species Zophobus morio, not only ingest plastic, but manage to transform it into organic compounds without leaving toxic residues. Chemical analysis conducted in various laboratories has revealed that these worms possess a unique gut microbiome, which works in symbiosis with them to break down polystyrene and polyethylene molecules. Scientists have begun genetically modifying some bacteria in the worm's intestines to enhance their efficiency, achieving impressive results. But how does this process work? Inside the worm's stomachs, a series of biochemical reactions enables them to attack the polymer bonds. It's as if these tiny organisms have a miniature chemical lab inside them, capable of doing what humans attempt with complex industrial processes. Plastic degradation happens in weeks instead of centuries, marking a potential turning point in the fight against pollution. However, there is a dark side to all this. Some scientists warn that large-scale use of these worms could have unforeseen effects on ecosystems. If released without control, they could start consuming plastic materials still in use, such as electrical insulation or vital machine components. Furthermore, there is a risk of creating an imbalance in the food chain. If these worms became an abundant resource, their natural predators could proliferate uncontrollably. Another fundamental issue concerns the compounds resulting from plastic digestion. The latest studies suggest that these worms emit harmless byproducts, such as carbon dioxide and water. However, some experiments have indicated the possible presence of microchemical compounds, whose long-term environmental effects are still unknown. Researchers are working to determine whether it is possible to optimize the process so that the worms convert plastic into completely harmless and even useful substances. Some companies are already working on solutions based on this discovery. Innovative startups are developing bioreactors full of plastic-eating worms, where waste is transformed into compostable material. In the future, waste treatment plants may no longer be gigantic chemical facilities, but structures based on natural biological processes, far more sustainable and efficient. Another intriguing aspect concerns space applications. NASA and other space agencies are evaluating the possibility of using these worms for plastic recycling on long-duration missions. In space, every gram of material counts, and the ability to recycle waste efficiently could make missions to Mars and beyond much more sustainable. One of the latest developments involves combining the power of these worms with advanced chemical processes. Some scientists are experimenting with artificial enzymes inspired by those produced by the worms, but enhanced to be even more efficient. This approach could enable even faster and large-scale degradation, reducing the time required for plastic disposal from weeks to just a few days. Finally, The fashion industry is exploring the use of these worms for disposing of synthetic fibers. If the worms could be adapted to degrade these materials as well, we could witness a radical transformation in the sustainable fashion sector. Are we on the brink of a revolution? The science of 2025 has made great strides, but many questions remain unanswered. It is crucial to study every variable and understand the potential consequences before adopting this technology on a large scale. However, for the first time, we have a concrete possible solution to one of the most urgent environmental problems of our time. These tiny worms could represent a groundbreaking shift, but their use must be carefully assessed. The future of plastic could be very different from what we imagine. Will it be a world without waste or a new ecological puzzle to solve? Thank you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel to not miss future videos.